Think you're part of the 7% club? This video contains the full answers and explanations to our most watched 7% difficulty questions from Season 1. If you want to test yourself first, the short version with no answers is linked below. Let's see how many you actually get right.
Number 15.
Only 7% of people get this right. What is Keanu Reeves' nationality? Is it A, Canadian, B, American, C, British, or D, Australian? Comment your answer below. It's not Australian. Even though Keanu was actually born in Beirut and spent parts of his childhood in Australia, he never became an Australian national. The accent confusion doesn't help either, but this isn't the right answer. It's not British. He did live in the UK for a short time as a kid, and his mother is from England, but that doesn't make him a British citizen. He never held British nationality, even though people sometimes assume it because of his background. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not American. This is the most common wrong guess, since Keanu built almost his entire career in Hollywood. But despite decades of starring in American films, he was never an American citizen. The correct answer is Canadian. Keanu Reeves grew up in Toronto, holds Canadian citizenship, and considers Canada his home country. He even played Canadian hockey as a teen and still talks about Toronto as where he truly grew up. Despite his global career and mysterious background, Keanu is officially and proudly Canadian. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 14.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which NBA team drafted Kobe Bryant? Is it A, the Lakers, B, the 76ers, C, the Hornets, or D, the Clippers? Comment your answer below. It's not the Clippers. Even though Kobe was a Los Angeles legend, the Clippers had nothing to do with drafting him. They weren't involved in the trade, the negotiations, or the draft pick that brought him into the league. It's not the 76ers. Kobe grew up in Philadelphia, so this is a very common guess. But the hometown team didn't select him. The Sixers passed on him in the draft, choosing players they felt fit their immediate needs instead. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not the Lakers. Even though Kobe spent his entire career in purple and gold, they didn't draft him directly. The Lakers only acquired him after a pre-arranged trade was made on draft night. The correct answer is the Charlotte Hornets. Kobe Bryant was drafted 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets in 1996. The pick was part of a deal worked out before the draft, sending him to the Lakers in exchange for veteran center Vlade Divac. The rest became NBA history, and one of the most famous draft day moves of all time. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 13.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which of these brands was founded by pop star Rihanna? Is it A, Ivy Park, B, Savage X Fenty, C, Rare Beauty, or D, House of Harlow? Comment your answer below. It's not House of Harlow. That belongs to Nicole Richie. She launched it back in 2008 as a bohemian-inspired fashion brand that grew from jewelry into full clothing and lifestyle products. It's not Ivy Park. That's Beyoncé's athletic wear brand, created in partnership with Adidas. It launched in 2016 and became known for its bold colors and empowering message of strength and individuality. But it's all Queen Bey, not Riri. And it's not Rare Beauty. That's Selena Gomez's makeup line. Rare Beauty focuses on mental health awareness and redefining beauty standards, encouraging people to embrace their natural look instead of covering up flaws. The correct answer is Savage X Fenty. Founded by Rihanna in 2018, this brand completely revolutionized the lingerie industry. Instead of traditional model-only fashion shows, Rihanna turned her runway into a celebration of diversity, featuring models of all shapes, sizes, skin tones, and genders.
Number 12.
Only 7% of people get this right. What is the smallest penguin species? Is it A, the emperor, B, the little blue, C, the Adelie, or D, the chin strap? Comment your answer below. It's not the Adelie penguin. Even though they're one of the smaller Antarctic species, they still stand around 2 feet tall. They're quick, energetic, and iconic, but not anywhere near the smallest penguins on Earth. It's not the chin strap penguin. Named for the thin black line under their chin, they're slightly taller and heavier than Adelies. They're incredibly common, but their size puts them in the mid-range for penguin species. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not the emperor penguin. In fact, they're the largest penguins in the world. Emperor penguins can reach almost 4 feet tall and survive brutal Antarctic winters by huddling together. Impressive, but the opposite of today's answer. The correct answer is the little blue penguin, also known as the fairy penguin. They're the smallest penguins on the planet, standing just 12 inches tall and weighing around 2 pounds. Found along the coasts of Australia and New Zealand, these tiny penguins are fast swimmers, noisy at night, and incredibly popular with visitors because of their adorable size. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 11.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which lake is the deepest on Earth? Is it A, Lake Tanganyika, B, Lake Vostok, C, Lake Baikal, or D, Lake Superior? Comment your answer below. It's not Lake Superior, the largest of the Great Lakes and one of the biggest freshwater lakes by surface area, but its depth doesn't come close to the world record. Superior is massive across, but not down. It's not Lake Vostok. This mysterious lake sits buried under more than 2 miles of Antarctic ice. While it's incredibly remote and scientifically fascinating, its measured depth still isn't the deepest we've found. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not Lake Tanganyika, although this one is very deep, the second deepest in the world, stretching down nearly a mile. But there is one lake on Earth that plunges even farther. The correct answer is Lake Baikal. Located in Siberia, Lake Baikal is the deepest lake on the planet, reaching down about 5,387 feet, over a full mile deep. It's also the oldest and clearest large lake on Earth, and it holds more fresh water than any other lake, about 20% of the world's unfrozen supply. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 10.
Only 7% of people get this right. What force keeps planets in orbit? Is it A, magnetism, B, gravity, C, pressure, or D, momentum? Comment your answer below. It's not magnetism. Even though magnetism plays a role in space phenomena like solar activity and planetary fields, it doesn't control how planets move around stars. Planetary orbits depend on a much more universal force. It's not momentum. Momentum helps explain why planets keep moving once they're in motion, but it doesn't explain why they curve into an orbit instead of flying straight into space. Momentum alone isn't enough. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not pressure. While pressure is important in atmospheres and stars, it doesn't govern large-scale motion between planets and the sun. Pressure doesn't pull objects together across vast distances. The correct answer is gravity. Gravity is the force that pulls planets toward the sun, while their forward motion keeps them from crashing into it. This balance between gravity and motion creates stable orbits, a principle described by Isaac Newton and later refined by Einstein. Without gravity, planets wouldn't stay in place at all. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 9.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which movie features the quote, "I'll be back"? Is it A, RoboCop, B, Terminator, C, Predator, or D, Die Hard? Comment your answer below. It's not Die Hard. Even though it's packed with unforgettable one-liners and action moments, that famous quote doesn't come from John McClane. Die Hard gave us yippee-ki-yay, but not this one. It's not RoboCop. The character is robotic and known for cold, blunt dialogue, which makes this a tempting guess. But RoboCop has its own set of iconic lines, and "I'll be back" isn't one of them. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not Predator, another Arnold Schwarzenegger action classic, which is why a lot of people second-guess themselves here. Predator is loaded with memorable quotes, but this line doesn't come from that jungle showdown. The correct answer is The Terminator. Arnold Schwarzenegger first delivered "I'll be back" in 1984's The Terminator, a line that became one of the most famous quotes in movie history. It was improvised to sound more robotic, and it perfectly captured the cold, unstoppable nature of the character. Decades later, it's still instantly recognizable. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 8.
Only 7% of people get this right. What's the capital of Australia? Is it A, Sydney, B, Melbourne, C, Canberra, or D, Perth? Comment your answer below. It's not Melbourne. This coastal city was actually the temporary capital of Australia from 1901 to 1927. It's known for its coffee culture, street art, and sports. But in the end, it lost the capital status to a city purpose-built to unite the two sides. It's not Perth. Located all the way on the west coast, Perth is over 2,000 miles from Sydney. It's famous for its stunning beaches and being one of the most isolated major cities in the world, but it's not the political center. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not Sydney, though it's Australia's biggest city and home to the world-famous Opera House. It's not the capital. In fact, Sydney and Melbourne's rivalry over who should get the title led to a historic compromise. The correct answer is Canberra. Chosen in 1908 as a neutral location between Sydney and Melbourne, Canberra was designed from scratch by American architect Walter Burley Griffin. Today, it's home to Parliament House, the National Museum. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 7.
Only 7% of people get this right. What is the capital of New Zealand? Is it A, Auckland, B, Wellington, C, Christchurch, or D, Hamilton? Comment your answer below. It's not Auckland. That's the big one most people guess. It's the country's largest city, home to the Sky Tower and nearly a third of the nation's population. But it's not the capital. It's not Christchurch, located on the South Island. It's famous for its English-style gardens and stunning architecture, but it's far from the seat of government. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not Hamilton. Though it's one of New Zealand's fastest-growing inland cities and a major university town, it's more known for agriculture and rugby than politics. The correct answer is Wellington. Sitting at the southern tip of New Zealand's North Island, Wellington became the capital in 1865. It's the world's southernmost capital city and a hub for art, film, and government. Known for its windy weather, harborside cafes, and connection to the Lord of the Rings film industry, Wellington combines small city charm with national importance. Truly the political and creative heart of New Zealand. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 6.
Only 7% of people get this right. What is the fastest land animal? Is it A, pronghorn, B, lion, C, cheetah, or D, gazelle? Comment your answer below. It's not the pronghorn, though it can run nearly 55 miles per hour, making it the second fastest land animal. It still can't quite catch our top sprinter. It's not the lion. While powerful and quick in short bursts, lions top out around 50 miles per hour and can only maintain it for a few seconds. And it's not the gazelle. They're incredibly agile and built for endurance, but they usually max out around 50 miles per hour as well. The correct answer is the cheetah. Known for its explosive acceleration, the cheetah can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour in just a few seconds, faster than most sports cars off the line.
Number 5.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which gas do plants release during photosynthesis? Is it A, oxygen, B, carbon dioxide, C, nitrogen, or D, hydrogen? Comment your answer below. It's not nitrogen. Even though it makes up most of the air we breathe, plants don't release it. In fact, they rely on nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the soil to make it usable for growth. It's not carbon dioxide, that's actually the gas plants absorb. They pull in carbon dioxide through tiny pores in their leaves, called stomata, and use it to make sugars during photosynthesis. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not hydrogen. While hydrogen is part of water and essential to plant life, it isn't released as a gas. It stays locked inside the molecules plants use for energy and structure. The correct answer is oxygen. Through photosynthesis, plants convert sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide into glucose, their food, and release oxygen as a byproduct. That oxygen fills our atmosphere and sustains nearly all life on Earth. Every breath we take is thanks to this natural process, proof that plants are the planet's silent life support system. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 4.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which superhero is known as the Dark Knight? Is it A, Superman, B, Iron Man, C, Batman, or D, Spider-Man? Comment your answer below. It's not Spider-Man. Peter Parker's nickname is the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, known for humor and heart. He swings through New York City, not Gotham, and his biggest fear is being late for class, not fighting corrupt billionaires. It's not Iron Man. That's Tony Stark, the billionaire inventor powered by sarcasm and a high-tech suit. While both heroes rely on brains and gadgets instead of superpowers, Iron Man's world is glitz and tech, not dark alleys and crime fighting in the shadows. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not Superman. He's the Man of Steel, a symbol of hope and light. Where Batman rules the night, Superman soars under the sun. The two are opposites in nearly every way, yet they often fight for the same cause. The correct answer is Batman. Known as the Dark Knight, Batman patrols Gotham City using fear as his weapon. Unlike other heroes, he has no superpowers, only intellect, martial skill, and relentless determination. The name Dark Knight became iconic after Frank Miller's graphic novel, The Dark Knight Returns, and Christopher Nolan's film trilogy solidified his legacy as one of the most complex and enduring heroes in pop culture. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 3.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which sport is known as America's pastime? Is it A, football, B, basketball, C, baseball, or D, hockey? Comment your answers below to join the 7% club. It's not hockey. While it's beloved in places like Detroit and Chicago, hockey's true heartland is north of the border in Canada. It's not football, even though it's the most popular modern sport in the US today, with the Super Bowl being practically a national holiday. The title of America's pastime belongs to a game with much deeper roots. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not basketball. Invented by James Naismith in 1891, it grew rapidly thanks to schools and the NBA. But it's still a younger sport that became globally dominant only in the late 20th century. The correct answer is baseball. The phrase America's pastime first appeared in the 1850s, when baseball unified people from all walks of life, from rural towns to bustling cities. It became the soundtrack of summer, with players like Babe Ruth, Jackie Robinson, and Hank Aaron turning it into a national tradition. Baseball has mirrored American history, from segregation and integration to expansion and innovation, making it more than just a sport, but a symbol of the American spirit itself. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
Number 2.
Only 7% of people get this right. Which metal is liquid at room temperature? Is it A, mercury, B, gallium, C, sodium, Or is it D, lead? Comment your answer below. It's not gallium, although it almost qualifies. Gallium melts in your hand at around 85 degrees Fahrenheit, which means it's solid at normal room temperature, but will turn to liquid with just a little warmth. Science teachers love showing it off in class. It's not sodium. This soft, silvery metal is actually highly reactive. Drop it in water and it'll explode. Literally. It's part of the alkali metal group and must be stored in oil to prevent it from reacting with moisture in the air. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not lead. That's a dense, heavy metal used in batteries and ancient plumbing. It melts at around 621 degrees Fahrenheit, 327 degrees Celsius. So it's definitely solid at room temperature. The correct answer is mercury. Known for centuries as quicksilver, mercury is unique among metals, a shimmering liquid that flows freely at room temperature. It's used in thermometers, barometers, and fluorescent lights, though its toxicity has led to safer alternatives today. Fun fact, mercury is so dense that a steel ball will float in it. Despite its dangers, it remains one of the most mesmerizing elements on the periodic table. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments.
And number 1.
Only 7% of people get this right. Who led the Soviet Union during World War II? Is it A, Vladimir Lenin, B, Joseph Stalin, C, Nikita Khrushchev, or D, Mikhail Gorbachev? Comment your answer below. It's not Vladimir Lenin. He led the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917 and founded the Soviet Union, but he died in 1924, well before World War II began. Lenin set the stage, but another leader took the reins before the war erupted. It's not Nikita Khrushchev. He rose to power later, during the Cold War. Khrushchev became known for de-Stalinization, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and that iconic moment when he banged his shoe at the United Nations. But that was all after the war. Think you're 7% club material? Subscribe and prove it tomorrow. And it's not Mikhail Gorbachev. He was the last Soviet leader, taking office in the 1980s. Gorbachev introduced glasnost, openness, and perestroika, restructuring, leading to the eventual end of the Soviet Union, long after World War II was over. The correct answer is Joseph Stalin. He ruled the Soviet Union from 1924 until 1953 and led it through the darkest and bloodiest years of World War II. Under his command, the Soviet army fought brutal battles against Nazi Germany, including the decisive Battle of Stalingrad. Though his leadership helped defeat Hitler, his regime was also marked by fear, purges, and immense suffering. Stalin remains one of history's most powerful and most controversial. Missed this one? Catch today's question. Links pinned in the comments. So, how many did you get right? Season 1 is officially complete, and Season 2 is on the way. New daily questions, new challenges, same goal. Join the 7% Club. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.